Hey guys, it's Glabbenboopin here, back with another deck profile. I decided to make one because it's the end of the year and I'm kind of overdue for another deck profile considering how these are getting a lot of views on my channel. So please keep up the good work. And if you are new to this channel, please comment and subscribe down below. Hit that like button, please, because that helps me. And then in the future, I'll be able to, it makes me motivated and want me to improve my content even further and do more stuff. But for now, we're going to be checking out the deck, the rogue deck that is Kozmo's. And this is going to be fun. All right, let's begin here. So to start off this deck profile, we are rocking 3 tin cans because that's just your basic starter. His effect is you can it's the same with all the pilots in this deck. You can banish to summon the pilots are different, but they can summon tin can can summon a level 2 or higher Kozmo from your hand, and during the end phase, you can reveal 3 Kozmo cards, and your 3 Kozmo cards are monsters in your deck, and your opponent randomly choose one. You add that to your hand and send the rest to the grave. So it's a pretty useful and pretty helpful card. Next, we have 3 Sword Troopers. He has the same effect. He can banish the special summon Kozmo card, but it has to be a level 4 or higher. But his Neato effect is, I can once per turn pay 1,000 life points, target 1 psychic Kozmo monster in your grave, and special summon it. Counterpoint. Oh, but aren't all Kozmos psychics? No, sadly. Only your good old pilots are. So this guy is really good to revive your pilots so you can get your fat ships, which you do a lot of that in this deck. Next is 2 Kozmo Strawman. I know what some might be thinking, like, why not run 3, considering, like, pilots in this deck? But you have a lot of pilots, and there's one pilot in here that people don't think is, but it is, and it's a neat one, too, but you don't really need that many, and you want to see your ships more. Like, if you have 1 pilot in your hand and some ships, then you already have enough. But Strawman effects is, same deal. You can banish him to summon a Kozmo, but it has to be a level 3 or higher this time. And his other effect is I can pay 500 life points, target one of my banished Kozmo monsters, special summon it, but its effects are negated, and it's also destroyed during the end phase. So this can this helps with, like, killing your opponent the same turn or doing some fun stuff. It's kind of fun. Next is 2 Farm Girl. She used to be a staple in the deck where you would run 3, but in today's meta, honestly, I only really want to run 2 because her whole effect is, sure, when she's summoned, you can banish her to summon a level 4 or higher Kozmo, but her other effect is, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can pay 500 life points, add a Kozmo card from your deck to your hand. So what happens is, you add it, still battle phase, and then you can banish her to summon that Kozmo card that you added, or if you had something else in your hand, and it's still battle phase. So she helps with OTK. She's a really fun card. Next is just 1 Wicked Witch. She has a self-protection. You pay 1,000 life points, can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and she can be banished to summon level 5 or higher. Next, this is the last pilot, and a lot of people, I've seen some people tell me, like, don't play it, but I like it. It's a one-of Kozmo Dark Lady. So, she's a pilot. She can be banished to summon a level 6 or higher. And the neat part of her is, once per turn during your player's turn, when another monster effect is activated, pay 1,000 life points to negate the activation if you do destroy it. So, not only is she a pilot, but she has a negation effect for monsters. In today's meta, this is very helpful. Next, these are this is just standard, 3 Slip Rider, 3 Forerunner, and 3 Dark Destroyer. Dark Destroyer you have to have, because he's your boss monster, essentially. Yes, you can't, yes, people have been playing Dark Planet, but I don't like it. It's just a really shitty Kozmo that if you get it out, it's you just waste time and effort when Dark Destroyer is so simple, because Forerunner, all the ships from Forerunner and up cannot be targeted by card effects, so you have that self-protection. And Dark Destroyer can destroy one monster on the field when he's special summoned. And so here's the part where we get into the ships. When they are destroyed, they special summon a lower level Kozmo. So when Dark Destroyer is destroyed, he can summon basically a level 7 or lower. Yeah, if I'm reading it, yeah, fuck. He can be summoned a level 7 or lower. Forerunner can summon a level 6 or lower, and Slip Rider can summon a level 5 or lower. And Forerunner's effect is, during my standby phase, I gain 1,000. Slip Rider, when it's summoned, I basically can destroy a spell or trap card on the field, which Slip Rider is very helpful because this deck has kind of not really great against back row decks. Kind of loses to them pretty hard. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Next is the one other. I play one big ship. I play Eclipser because he's a trap negation as long as you have Kozmo in the grave. And when he's destroyed, he can summon a level 8 or lower Kozmo, so you get your Dark Destroyer out when he's on the field. And he's a really neato card. So like if they play there can only be one anti-spell or all those other annoying crap. He's on the field and you've got a surplus of Cosmos in your grave. Like you don't really care because Cosmo Town can get him back. You basically pick because Cosmo Town can get him back. You basically you can just get him in there and easily get him back and negate these annoying traps. Sadly, it is a once per turn, and it also cannot be actually. Oh shit. No, it is not a once per turn, so it's anytime your opponent activates a trap card, banish, 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 banish. I did not know that. That would have actually helped a lot. It's like, ooh, read the card. And then for the last bit of monsters is Ghost Ogre, just only 2. Just helpful, because why not? Next, for your spell and trap, for your spell cards, 3 Kozmo Town, and like I was saying earlier, Dark Eclipser. With Kozmo Town, you can get him back because its effect is you can target a Kozmo monster as banished. You pay multiples of 100 times its level. So if it's level 1, you pay 100, level 2, 200, and so on and so forth. And when this is destroyed, you can add another Kozmo Town from your... when it's destroyed by a card effect, you can add a Kozmo Town from your deck to your hand. So this is a mandatory 3 of in the deck. Next, Pot of Extravagance. Sure, there are Cosmos that can run extra deck, but most of the time, you don't give a fuck about your extra deck. Plus, really? Do you really need an extra deck? Like, really? Really? No. So it's like, just free +2. It helps a lot, especially, like, because this deck is known for breaking. So, there's that. And then, next is 2 Call by the Graves. Simple. Hand traps, especially if they try and ash your Extravagance. Or they try and go do anything else to your monsters. Especially one common play is ashing the field spell. Because the field spell also let you, I forgot to mention, the field spell also lets you reveal the same number of Cosmos in your hand. Like, reveal Cosmo monsters in your hand, shuffle it back into the deck, and draw that same amount. So you can literally refresh your hand. So this really helps. And 2 is perfect, so it doesn't clog. 1, E-Telly, because E-Telly's at 1, and E-Telly just helps you get out your tin can so you can do more fun stuff. Please bring this back. I know I'm a crackhead wanting it back, but I want this back. I'd love to play it at full power. Now, because I wasn't around during that time. But, I wasn't playing Cosmos during the time. Next, Traps, 3 Cosmojo. Really helps getting over monsters that can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, because... the targeting part only targets your monsters, and then you banish. So it gets over troublesome cards. It gets over anything. So it's a really nice trap card. Then Oasis of Dragon Souls. I know what you're thinking. What's the point? It's basically a better Call of the Haunted, and I can just get a free revive out of it. So I'm not going to get OTK'd if they have like Boral Sword or some other thing on the field. And it's turned into a worm, so it's not that bad. And then the last of the traps, one torrential, just help as a board wipe. And then especially it helps you get off your Cosmo effects, because Cosmos, if they're just destroyed by any card effect, you get the floating effect to search or summon. Well, the summon, basically. So, yep. And then the extra deck, I'm not even really going to bother to list it. I'll just kind of flash it out. You don't care about your extra deck unless you're playing the extra deck variant, so I just splashed in a bunch of random stuff. And then your side deck, the other Ghost Ogre, 3 Lancia to deal with graveyard heavy decks like Orcust, Cyclone, because like I said, this deck loses to back rows hard. Your other Call by the Grave, and 2 Red Reboot. I know people are like, if you're not going to play 3 Red Reboot inside, don't play it at all, but traps don't really matter much with this deck. I mean, obviously they do, but like, it's mostly your spell cards that matter the most in this deck. Your traps are just there, and Red Reboot can help against that, but, you know, I still prefer like these. So, yeah. But, so that is all today. Again, please comment, subscribe, and like the video below. It will help. And if you guys want to see a future deck list in the future or next year, please let me know. But this is going to be my last video for 2019. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next year. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Peace out.